Hello everyone, you're welcome to Learn Maths with me. In this channel, I'll be taking you through in-depth tutorials covering a wide range of topics from basic arithmetic to advanced maths. Please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and also subscribe to this channel. If you have any questions for me, please drop it for me in the comments. Today we'll be taking a look at trigonometry, and that is how to find the missing sides of a right angle triangle. By the end of today's lesson, you would be able to understand how to apply the SOH CAH TOA, and you would also be able to find the missing sides in right angle triangles. So now, what do we mean by SOH CAH TOA? SOH is SOH when you're dealing with the opposite sides and the hypotenuse sides of the triangle. If you have the opposite side and you're trying to get the hypotenuse side, or you have the hypotenuse side and you're trying to get the opposite side, so you use the sine. If you have the adjacent side and you're trying to get the hypotenuse side, or you have the hypotenuse and you're trying to get the adjacent, you use the cos. If you have the opposite side and you're trying to get the adjacent, or you have the adjacent side and you're trying to get the opposite side, then you use the tan. So that will guide you to know which of the formulas to use. So the first step is that you label the triangles. You try and identify which is my opposite side, which is the adjacent, and which is the hypotenuse. In any right angle triangle, the side that is opposite to the right angle, which also is the longest side of the triangle, is the hypotenuse, while the opposite side is the side that is opposite to the angle in question, and the adjacent is the third side of the triangle. So after we have been able to label our triangles, then we choose which of the formulas we're going to use. Are we going to use the sine? Are we going to use the cos? Are we going to use the tan to find the side of the triangle in question? So like I explained, if we have the opposite side and we are trying to get the hypotenuse side, then we use the sine. So in this triangle, what the opposite side is, and that is 15, and we're trying to get the hypotenuse, so we use the sine because we have the opposite and the hypotenuse. So let us apply the formula. So our sine 35 degrees is equals to opposite, which is 15 centimeters, divided by hypotenuse, which is x centimeters. So that's 15 over h representing the hypotenuse. So the hypotenuse is 15 divided by the sine of 35. You go ahead and use your scientific calculator to calculate the answer. And then if you take it to 2 decimal places, you get that the hypotenuse is 26.15 centimeters. We have some more questions here to practice. The first triangle has an angle of 32 degrees. We have a second one that has an angle of 42 degrees. We know a side, one of the sides is 16 centimeters and the other side is x centimeters. So we try and solve for this. How do we go about it? My hypotenuse is the side that is opposite my right angle, which is 20 centimeters. The side that is opposite to the angle in question is not known. The adjacent side is x centimeters. So we have the adjacent and we have the hypotenuse. From the formula, since we have the adjacent and the hypotenuse, we're going to use the cos. So it's going to be cos 32 degrees will be equal to adjacent divided by hypotenuse, which is adjacent is x and the hypotenuse is 20, so that's x over 20. So my x will be equals to 20 times my cos of 32 degrees, and when you calculate this, x is 16.96 centimeters. So let's go ahead and solve for the other one. Let us identify the sides, the opposite, adjacent, and the hypotenuse sides of the right angle triangle. In this instance, we know that the hypotenuse is the longest side, and that's also the side that is facing the right angle triangle. And then we have an angle 42 degrees. The side that is directly opposite to that angle is the 16 centimeters. That's the opposite side. And then the third side is my adjacent side. So I have my opposite. I'm trying to get the adjacent. The formula I am going to use in this case is the tangent, the TOA, which is opposite divided by the adjacent. So if I plug in my figures, I have that my tan 42 degrees will be 16, which is the opposite, and the adjacent is x, 16 over x. So my x is equals to 16 divided by tan 42 degrees. If I go ahead and solve for that, I get 17.77 cm. So that is the answer. If you have any questions, please feel free to drop it for me in the comments. Thank you, and I'll see you in the next video.